Hello and welcome to another episode of Dear Hollow Heroes. And as always, I'm alongside Meek Man Liam Meekum.
What's going on, guys?
And Rose Pierre Rob Kelly.
Baseball is played this month.
Oh,
Wow, that was a weird intro.
That was a weird intro.
It's Super Bowl week.
It's Super Bowl week. There's football, there's basketball. Baseball hasn't even hit spring training yet, and you're just all baseball already?
It happens this month. It starts.
All right. So let's go straight to the top story. Unfortunately, Rob, it has nothing to do with baseball.
I anticipated that.
It's officially Super Bowl week. It's officially very good.
I'm done expecting the show to start well.
I never expected anything.
It's officially Super Bowl week, and there are so many storylines that are forming. Mahomes and Kelsey chasing GOAT status, Purdy becoming a legitimate star quarterback in the NFL, and Kittle and other 49er players on that Super Bowl 54 roster getting their vengeance. And there are just so much more. So what storylines are you guys looking at for the Super Bowl? And what do you think each team needs to do on Sunday to become world champions?
I need to know what color Gatorade is being poured. That is the only leg of the parlay I haven't decided yet.
That's it?
Really?
Yeah. Everything else I have a good guess for.
That's his game changer?
I think the Chiefs defense has to come out hot. It's an underrated
Some
defense.
actual football. I get it.
Underrated
yeah,
defense when they play well, and if they're cohesive, working front and back, if they can get some good interior pressure from Chris Jones, if they can cover their receivers with McDuffie and Snead, I think that defense can shut down at least enough of the 49ers offense to let Mahomes do his thing.
I was a little more specific on the Chiefs' defensive side. See, they're really good at pass defense. They're one of the better NFL defenses on the pass. Where they struggle is the run. And that's all well and good. They got lucky that Lamar only had his running backs run, including himself, 11 rushing attempts.
Yeah, remember when that happened?
11.
That was funny.
That was the title of last week's episode.
I came into this episode with such a good mood.
Did you know that the title of last week's episode was 11 rushing attempts?
Yes, I did.
But so anyway, sorry. But with that happening, and I just think they got lucky. And now going with CMC as the running back, I think that they're going to do a lot more running, knowing that the Chiefs do struggle a little bit against the run.
I think they should avoid the run altogether. I think it was a good game plan when the Ravens had it. I think it'll be a good game plan this time. Did you almost just throw up?
The way you said game plan the first time was really funny.
Out of the corner of my eye, I just see Rob go.
I want to let you finish your sentence before I just start laughing out loud.
Fair enough. I definitely think they're going to have to pound the rock.
I think you need to watch out for whoever scores first in the second half will win the game. I know that sounds bold.
What?
But I think whoever starts with the momentum in the second half will win the game.
What if it's 24-0?
Okay, and
they make it 24-3?
Yeah. They have the momentum now. And they will just chug along. Because both of these teams can come back from a score like that.
I suppose.
I'm going to be really honest with you. I do see, of course, Patty Mahomes, the quarterback, and you got Travis Kelsey, but we have not seen them do anything like what the Niners did against the Lions. We don't know. And you know what's funny? People really forget that this team is where they are now, not because of the offense at all. Of course, they've helped, but that defense is the reason that the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
It's been shocking.
It's the defense. What did they put up 20 points against the Bills, which is decent, and I think they put up 17 against the Ravens.
20 points is not good.
17. I know. 17 and 20 against Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and you won. It was not the offense. It was 100% the defense. I think that they're the reason they're here, and they're the reason that they could win it all. Because the Chiefs' offense has to do enough, and that's knowing what they're dealt with, which is a really Hall of Fame tight end and developing receivers. That's the best you can do is enough. You can't really expect much more.
I don't see much of a high-scoring affair this time around. I think it's a good game, but I don't see much of a high-scoring affair. I think the 49ers defense is obviously stifling, as they've always been, and I think that Mahomes is, again, going to have to do enough to keep up, but I think that defense is really, believe it or not, kind of become the the cornerstone of what they're doing over there.
And I think if it's a high scoring game, the advantage definitely goes to the Niners, in my opinion. Because if it's a high scoring game, who do you trust more on a 3rd and 10? Of course, Mahomes might throw a better ball, but who do you trust on 3rd and 10? I'm meaning to catch the ball.
Mahomes.
No, to catch the ball.
Mahomes.
I'm saying on 3rd and 10.
High
and
scoring affair.
Tony,
I'm taking Mahomes.
high scoring affair. You're taking Mahomes in
Yeah.
that regard. I think
We
you're
saw
crazy.
Lamar Jackson do it last week.
Because it's just, I feel like every single high scoring game is just bound to eventually be a mental error by not Kelsey.
How many
involved.
times did we bet against Tom Brady?
Not really.
How many times are we going to get bet against Mahomes?
Not an absurd amount of times. Do I
All the
think.
time. Every year. Is this the collapse of the Brady dynasty?
But that was always before the season started.
No, it wasn't.
When were you ever going into the Super Bowl being
Pretty
like,
much
I don't
any
think
time
he
we
can?
could. That's always the narrative.
It's true.
When players are this good, when you talk about a Mahomes type player, you know that in the big moments, the greats are going to step up.
He is going to
and
step up.
he's one of the greats.
But I'm not saying he's not going to step up. What I'm saying is on a 3rd and 10, when he throws the ball to Valdez-Scantling or Kadarius Toney, now don't get me wrong,
Or Travis
Valdez-Scantling-
Kelsey.
he's going to be doubled eventually on a 3rd and 10. He's not going to just automatically always be open. He's going to have to throw it to other receivers. If he throws it to Kelsey the whole
Listen,
game, the 49ers did something wrong. I'm not done.
we could talk
I'm
about
not
this
done.
all day.
What I'm saying is on a 3rd and 10, and he has to throw it to Kadarius Toney, who twice has dropped a ball into an interception. Two times. Unbelievable. How is that possible? Or Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who did make up for his errors in the regular season with catching the game winner, sorry, Rob, against the Ravens. But he's also not crazy trustworthy either. You're going to try to believe
Or
that...
Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice, who's done okay, but he's a rookie. Are you kidding me? You're going to tell me that a person that was in college last year is just going to magically... There's still a potential that the lights might be too bright. It's the Super Bowl. There's so much that could happen. There's too much speculation. You're only consistent.
How many
with
Super
Travis
Bowls has
Kelce.
Brock Purdy played in?
That's again what I'm saying.
Oh,
is
so
another
wait, so
factor
the
on
lights
other
could be
end.
too bright.
It could be. I'm just saying on a
So
high
now we're
scoring
trusting-
affair,
we're trusting a
I never
second
said-
year.
I said the ball
Literally-
will be perfect for Mahomes. I'm saying that a mid pass from Brock Purdy and a perfect ball from Mahomes. I trust Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle to catch it over Travis
That's
Kelce
fine.
and everyone else.
We're not
going
to get anywhere in this argument.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the lights are too bright and no one ever wins their first Super Bowl.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, whatever, man. All right. So
Because when Patrick Mahomes went to the Super Bowl for the first time, the lights were too bright. And the second time he went, the lights were too bright.
They
And
were.
the third time he went, the lights were
the second
too
time
bright.
when he was running for his life the whole game.
And is this the fourth time he's going, right?
Yeah.
Are the lights going to be too bright?
I don't know what your point is.
Yeah, you kind of lost me there.
The lights are always bright. It's the Super Bowl.
I get it, but there are people that it is too bright.
Yeah,
for.
I mean, people do fold.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did we team up now? I was just arguing.
I'm
going
gonna be honest with you. Your best point was I am nervous for Brock Purdy. I am nervous that the lights will be too bright for him. And I feel like everyone's always doubting Brock Purdy. And I really hope. See, the Chiefs can win. I just hope the 49ers don't lose because of Brock Purdy. Because that would kill me.
I agree.
Because I don't think he's what everyone wants him to be, which is just a bad quarterback. I think he's good. I think he's made to be in this league. And if he just goes out there and does everything right, win or lose, he's an established quarterback in the league. And that's what I think is a win for the Niners, even in a loss.
Ooh, I don't know if
Even
it's a
in
win
a
for the
loss. I
Niners.
said even in a loss, it's a small win. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that Brock Purdy it doesn't get too bright for him. It is time for Quote of the Week.
Quote of the week.
Okay, so Klay Thompson.
I think we add music in.
I think we should add our own sort of pizzazz.
The music's over now. We spent all of the time for my intro to do. Now it's just going
We
to be
waste
just
so
me
much
talking.
time on this show.
It's now just me talking now. So Klay Thompson is one of the best shooting guards of this generation and a future Hall of Famer. But this season has no doubt been a very challenging time for the Splash Bro. Even with his better than average shooting this year, it has appeared that he's lost a piece of his game. Recently, he has hit another low by getting benched for the last 7 minutes of a close win against the Brooklyn Nets. His response to the media tells exactly how he's feeling. Yes, Thompson said, when asked if his struggles have been tough on him. You kidding me? Go from, one of the best players, and then he just had silence, and he said, it's hard for anybody. And then he said, I'll be honest with you, it's very hard. So with Klay Thompson's struggles, do you guys feel like it's time for the Warriors to move on? Or do you think that he should embrace a future role player role that he might go into with staying with the Warriors?
I don't think moving on is going to be the way to go because I don't think he's going to get much trade value, and I think it's going to hurt the organization's look if they move on from him. Golden State is, to this point, been a place where you can be homegrown and you can win championships, and to keep that image just for free agency, I think it's a big deal that people kind of overlook. You want to make yourself desirable in free agency, so I don't think they should move on from him. It all depends on him, really, whether he can become a role player or if he just wants to retire.
Do you think the Warriors are in win now? Because I don't fully think they are. Of course, you're always in win now when you're with the franchise, but we're
talking about the front office.
I think the front office is not in win now. So what? In my opinion, I kind of agree with you, but in a different light of just let him ride it out. Just let him ride it out. Just let him.
I mean, of course, as a fan, it's easier to say.
Yeah, of course. Because when your job's on the line and you're just like letting him be
now
terrible.
As a GM, if you want to get rid of Klay Thompson, you might as well get rid of Steph Curry.
Why?
Because he's getting older. You can still get top tier value for him. You can get a ton of capital for him, and he's only got a couple more years. And who knows? I mean, we could be talking about Steph Curry in this late in a couple of years. And now he can go win a championship with a team with, even one more superstar. Put him on a good team, he can win a championship now. He's not going to do it with the Warriors, at least this current team.
Something else with, just Klay Thompson in general, even on his down year, he's still a good player, right? You can't take that away from him. It's not like he's an atrocious player who shouldn't be on the court the entire time. Yeah, yes, he got benched for the last 7 minutes, but he's also playing poorly now. He's an established player who, if he can alternate into more of a role player, will make him, honestly, that much better career-wise. But there's also always just the off chance there's just a lull.
True.
He could always just bounce right back. And that's one of the hard things, especially with basketball, because it's so easy to get into a lull and break out of it at the same time because of how many games there are, how often you're repeating the same process, and it's really only the true greats that don't have those lulls.
And you see it a lot in shooters especially, too. It's a very good point. You see it a lot in shooters because, it's not really that athleticism. It's more of, can you get a shot to fall? And certain times it's a big mental aspect. It's kind of like basketball or baseball almost, where people can go through those lulls, then all of a sudden heat up and find it and start hitting like crazy from deep. You see entire teams do this.
But do you want a way to get out of that? Kind of like a quick change would be to leave for Klay Thompson.
To leave, yeah.
If you bring him to a new team, it kind of forces you to
change his role.
You get a new scenery, get a new start. Sometimes a fresh start is how you get out of that lull. So the question is, can he figure it out? Like, can he finally get that click to happen where he's back to being who he is? Is this permanent, or would a change of scenery work?
Now,
it's just this constant,
do we know if he has a no-trade clause? I'm sure Steph does. We were talking about him, but
people are always speculating he's going to be dealt because this Thursday.
Do we know if he has a trade clause?
I don't think so because
you can still get dealt. I mean, Dame had a no-trade clause. Was it Dame? KD maybe?
Part of the no-trade clause is that if you accept the trade as the player. So
you just have to okay it.
And I think especially for someone like Klay with the team he's been on for as long as he's been on it, saying yes to a trade feels hard.
I agree.
Maybe if there's a chance you could always re-sign next year or in 2 years, wherever he is on his contract.
Well, actually, Klay had contract disputes this offseason because Wiggins and Draymond, and of course Steph, all make triple digits in the millions. And Klay's recent offer wasn't over $100 million, and this was before all of this happened. So he's been disputing his future with the Warriors, which increases the kind of like the idea that he would move on. Now, again, you got to know he had his whole career here. He hasn't ever moved. This is where he became a Hall of Famer and a top 5 shooter of all time. So you wonder, where does that loyalty lie? But then I also remember that this is the NBA and loyalty.
There's no loyalty.
There's no loyalty.
No loyalty.
The only teams that have loyalty are the Warriors and Dame Lillard, and one of them ended.
Giannis.
Well, yeah, but they're winning. You know, like wait till they don't make the playoffs.
True, but when has Steph Curry ever lost?
They lost. Well, when he got
What
hurt.
happened when it became hopeless in Portland?
True. Winning does heal everything.
Yeah, of course.
Dame did go through a lot of losing seasons with
He
Portland.
did. But it was never hopeless. They always told him they were going to build.
Yeah, true. That is true. So, I mean, I bet that's what the Bucks would say. We're building. We're building. We're building. But I hope Klay gets it, because how can you not love watching Klay when he's playing well? When him and Steph are on fire, they're so fun to watch. So I hope he doesn't leave. I hope he doesn't leave as a fan.
Of course, as a fan, yeah, I
You
definitely
don't
hope
want
he
him to
doesn't
leave, because you want there to be somewhat anything of loyalty in this league. Like, can anyone? Because the face of the league for the last 20 years has bounced around 3 teams, 4 moves. So, like, everyone moves. It's time for game time. So you guys voted, and the winner by an overwhelming landslide. Oh, I can't words, man. Liam won. Yay.
That's me.
Only one.
Even when it's in the polls, I still lose.
You weren't one of the answers.
He was just opping me. He just wanted to see me down.
So Liam got to make the game for this week, and we kind of know very little to nothing about what you've done.
Yep.
We just needed to prove that it was possible for the listeners and viewers to enjoy. So, Liam, for the first time, the segment is yours.
Okay. All right, so we got a game I like to call Choose Your Fighter by, obviously, the most handsome DHH host of all time.
I didn't make this game. You did.
So what's going to go on is I'm going to give you 2 to 3, I think it's only 2 to 3, players. And I'm going to give you a category. And you're going to have to tell me, very simply, which one has more of them. So for our first endeavor here, we'll do a little trial round. We have completions. We're going only playoffs, and it's their entire career. Okay?
So all these are off of statistics of just playoffs, entire career.
Yes.
Okay.
Throughout their entire career, who has more completions, Aaron Rodgers or Joe Flacco? Now, you guys would give me the answer, either Flacco or Rodgers.
Rodgers.
And I would
Flacco.
reveal the 2 answers just like that for all of you guys to see. And obviously, I'll tell you guys because you guys can't see the screen.
And then the answer is?
The answer is Rodgers.
I win!
I presented this both to them yesterday as my trial slide, and they both got it wrong.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's not close. They both don't know ball. First one. Ready?
Yes.
Can I just put it out there? The
No.
little that we knew, you lied to us. That is so funny.
So, for our first one, we have passer rating all time in the playoffs. And our 2 contestants, Thomas Edward Brady or Peyton Manning.
Oh.
Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady.
We got 1 for Peyton, 1 for Brady. Keep your own points.
In my opinion, before we go, the only reason
Do you not have a pen on you?
The only reason I'm going Tom
I'm out of
Brady,
character.
Wow. Go
It's
ahead.
because of the Patriots defense got so many picks off of Manning in a couple postseason games. So if I'm wrong, I just think of those games. That's the first thought I have.
Brady, 97.2. Peyton, 96.5.
Booyah! Nice.
Most postseason career sacks, 3 players for this one. Ndamukong Suh, Julius Peppers, Nick Bosa.
Oh, my goodness.
I will give you a point whether you get the first or last one. You get a total of 2 points for both.
So you have to guess the first and the last.
Yeah.
So just first, second. Let's just do first, second, third.
Put them in order. If you get the first one
So
or you get the last
so
one,
Sue-
you get a point.
Sue, Bosa, Peppers.
Correct.
See, the problem with Peppers is how many postseasons has he gone to? Because he was on the Panthers when they were good, but then stayed on the Panthers when they were bad. And he went on one postseason run. He went on 2 postseason runs. But how impactful was he in those 2 postseason runs? Because he went on a good one with the Bears and a good one with the Panthers. But even with the
He's
good
a Packer.
one, oh my goodness! And that's a lot of postseasons.
And Sue also had kind of a similar career. He was a Lion long term, but then played on the Dolphins, Rams, and Eagles.
The Rams
and Buccaneers.
The Rams, Eagles, and Bucks are where his sacks came from. But how many of those were sacks? Like how many sacks?
Well, the
did he
Lions
get?
made the postseason at least
Once.
once.
What was the third option?
Nick Bosa,
Once, and it was a shootout though.
who we're just talking about young.
I gotta go Sue third.
Sue third.
Sue third. I'm going Sue third. Oh man, this one's tough. I'm going Peppers, Bosa, Sue.
Rob?
I was gonna go Peppers, Sue, Bosa.
Peppers, Sue, Bosa.
Yeah.
Sue, 7 sacks. Peppers, 6.5 sacks. Nick Bosa, 10 sacks.
Boom! I got at least 1 point.
Did you?
Yeah.
No.
I picked
You
Peppers
picked
first.
you
Oh
picked-
no, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man, I picked Peppers.
I was going to
first.
say, I don't think either of you got a point.
No,
Did
neither.
we get
was
them
it.
all 3 wrong?
All 6 guesses combined were wrong.
That's so funny. Wow,
All right.
Peppers only 6.5.
Yeah, only
He's
6.5.
been to a lot of postseasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Packers.
His probably general tackle numbers are probably very high.
and he was also older once he went on those playoff runs.
Also, credit to Sue though. For
Sue
getting
had 7. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think the real stat we're glancing over is Bosa's 10 sacks already.
Yeah, but Bosa was
The guy's an animal.
he was DPOY, but he's been to the postseason like every year he's
True.
played. So
True.
I think he's probably been up there with just as many postseason runs as they have.
True.
In his young career.
But if you're not that surprised, why wasn't he first on your list?
because he's young, and there's also
Exactly.
and there's also Hargrave. There was what was it Armstead at one point.
Hmm?
There's so many.
Oh yeah,
other
there's
people on the D-line.
talented D line.
Yeah, so I was like, they got to share the wealth. Little did I know, he does not share the wealth.
Next one is career playoff receptions. First one, Stephon Diggs. Second one, Antonio Brown.
Oh,
Third one, Larry Ritz Bits Fitzgerald.
Antonio Brown, Fitzgerald, Stephon Diggs
I'm
in
going
that order.
Stephon
You're going to remember that?
Yes.
I'm going Stephon Diggs last, and to make it interesting, I'll swap first and second. I'm going to go Fitz.
Can you write them down?
I'm going Fitzy. All right, I'll write him down. All right, I'm going Fitz first, just because if I'm going down root for
For the GOAT.
For the GOAT, exactly. Fitz, Brown, and then what was the third? Oh,
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. But he's on all of our bad lists. So
True.
He's
Rob, who did you go with?
he
I went
first and
Brown.
second.
Yeah, I went
I'll tell you.
Brown, Fitzgerald, then Diggs.
Diggs, 69.
Nice.
AB, 59.
Whoa.
Larry Fitz, 57.
Wow. So Diggs was first, Brown second. I got second right.
Does not matter.
Oh, second doesn't matter?
Second doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter. We went 0 for 3.
0 for 3s again.
That's so funny.
You guys are
Our
terrible at
lack
this game.
of faith in Stephon Diggs. How did he get 69 receptions?
Because he went with the, remember the Minneapolis Miracle?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are forgetting all those postseason runs with the Vikings. And now he went to the Bills. Another good team. He's always in the postseason.
But this
Larry Fitz only had really the
Two.
two runs.
he had the one where he'd made that miracle against Green Bay and then that Super Bowl.
And AB didn't have any Super Bowl runs aside from... No, did he make it?
A lot of
Did he make it? Was he on that
a
Super
lot
Bowl
of
team?
divisional round exits for those Steelers.
Yeah, they make the playoffs.
And
a
also
lot.
he always
True.
and he
But they
always-
lose in the playoffs a lot.
And he always had to deal with Le'Veon Bell getting a lot of the load, and he also had to deal
True.
with Martavis Bryant, Juju
Yeah.
at one point. There was always a second wide receiver on the Steelers. There was always a second guy taking targets.
You know all these things, but you still got it wrong. Crazy.
Well, no, because now that I know,
It makes sense once you see it.
Once you see it,
It's tough though.
but when you hear just the names, you just think of name quality. You don't think of the
Next one, we're talking INTs.
Ooh, this one's gonna be impossible.
We got prime time Neon Deion Sanders up against LOB, best receiver in the league, Richard Sherman.
Just between those two?
Who get more picks postseason?
Oh man,
The Legion of Boom.
I want to agree with him so much because it just makes more sense.
But what makes
Richard
for good
Sherman.
TV?
Deion Sanders getting a pick 6. You know what? You went with Richard Sherman. Let's make that interesting. I'll go prime time.
Rolling the dice. I love it.
Just rolling the dice. I couldn't. Yeah, I gotta go with it.
Show me 5 for Neon Deion,
Okay.
4 for LOB.
Booyah! Off of just randomly guessing.
That wasn't randomly guessing. I picked the other option.
Yeah.
Rushing tutties.
Oh, this one. Oh man.
It's gonna be a weird
They
one.
all sound difficult before you say the names.
Gonna be a weird one. Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, and LeGarrette Blount.
Same thing. First or
You get first or you get the third?
LeGarrette Hurts, CMC. I'm pretty close to that being a lock.
Can tie the game right here.
Yeah, dude.
No, I can't. I'm down 2-0.
You can get the first
can
and
get
third,
both.
and
Yeah.
he can get 0.
True. But I really like his list. You know what? I'm going to go CMC, then Blunt, then Hurts.
5 for Hurts. 6 for CMC. 11 for LeGarrette Blount.
I got a point.
So did Rob.
Sure, I'll take it. So, really, CMC has 6? Oh, we're counting this postseason too.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this postseason. I just kind of eliminated from my.
Yep.
But even so, it's still.
But I'm sure Hurts might have
But
gotten one,
Hurts-
right?
But Hurts' Super Bowl run last year, he just got like
Tush pushing.
tush pushing his way through. You got to think like he's got to at least have like 5, and I thought.
Oh,
CMC
no, it's a solid guess.
I thought it'd be 5 and 4. So, but how many more questions we got?
1? Hold on. 2.
We got 2 more. Final
more.
2.
All right. Our next one here. We got career playoff wins.
Tom Brady.
Pete Carroll. Tom Coughlin. Mike Tomlin.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
It's all fun and games until you hear the names.
So Mike Tomlin was not there for the first Steelers run where Ben Roethlisberger was like 20-something, but he was there for the one against
Or
the
was he?
Cardinals. No, he wasn't there for the Seahawks.
Or
It
was he?
Bill Cowher.
Or was he?
You're making me just now. You're playing.
Oh ho.
If he's part of... Now, I have a question. If they are on a team as part of the coaching staff...
They
and
are a
not-
head coach.
Okay, just needed to clarify that because they've all been in the league.
They need to be head coaches.
And then-
Needed to be head coach.
And then what is it? Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll,
Yeah.
Tom Coughlin, Mike Tomlin.
I'm
So-
going Pete Carroll, Tom Coughlin, and then... Well, I guess
We
I
gotta
have to...
include Tom Coughlin's Jaguar days, don't we? Or
No.
was it
He was front office. He was not a head coach.
before Giants.
Oh, yeah. I
So
mean,
include-
anywhere where he was a head coach,
Yeah, he was the
yes.
head coach of the. I believe he was head coach of the Jags
Because
before the Giants.
he went back to the
And
Jags
he went
after.
on a run with the Jags.
Or did he?
I think he went on one run with the Jags.
Or did he?
I don't know.
Oh.
know. Could you have added Bill Belichick to the list? That would have made life so much easier.
You know what?
Oh man. It's just I don't want to say my list first 'cause I'm not confident at all.
I'll go Pete Carroll, Coughlin.
Carroll, Coughlin, Tomlin. Is that what you're going with?
Yes.
Okay. You got that down, Ben?
Yeah, Carroll. You said Carroll, Coughlin, Tom. He has it in the list of
Yep.
who I just named the people. Oh man. I
A
think
lot of noises, not a lot of guessing.
I'm gonna go Tom Coughlin first. I'm gonna go Tomlin. Oh, this is so difficult. I'm not confident. Hold on. Give me 2 more seconds. I got to restart.
Oh, yeah. Take all the time you need.
Just
Just extend the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone, but this is tough.
Apologize for the
I'm
viewers.
It's
sorry.
always great
those
audio
of you
just
at-
hearing Ben go,
Those of you at home who inevitably have it already, I apologize.
I'm going to go Coughlin, Tomlin, Carroll.
Coughlin, Tomlin, Carroll. You're sure?
No. I'm not at all.
That's what you're locking in?
Locking it in. I'm so scared. I'm not.
Pete Carroll, 11. Tom Coughlin, 12. Mike Tomlin, 8.
I got 1.
You did.
Yes!
You did.
And
Rob got 1.
1? All right, word. That
Still in it, Rob.
was the hardest one of them all. That one stunk.
Last question here. You're still in it. Career playoff field goals made. Good luck, boys. Harrison Butker. Evan McPherson. The GOAT. Justin Tucker.
Wow. See, you got to remember, Billy Cundiff was there on their early days of
You
the
sure?
postseason. And when he missed and went wide right, that was around 2012. So we're going off of 2013 Baltimore and on. So, like, their Super Bowl was, I think he was on the Super Bowl roster, but then with Evan McPherson, he had 2 playoff runs. But Butker has made a lot of clutch kicks. I'm thinking this through, but they didn't kick many field goals when it was Mahomes. So this is very,
Gotta
very
think about what
interesting.
offenses are kicking field goals.
Exactly. And I got to remember the Tennessee game where he kicked a ton, McPherson. He kicked a lot of field goals in that game.
He might have.
I remember.
In order. Number 1, I have to, for the brand, Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Number 2, I'm going Bucker.
Love it.
And 3, McPherson.
Kick fearless.
Kick fearless. I'm going 1 Bucker. I'm going 2 Tucker. 3 McFearless.
Bucker, 28. McPherson, 19. Justin Tucker, 18.
Wow.
Shocker, right?
So
Could not believe it.
I got 1, and Rob got
1.
1.
right.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
He got McPherson. Oh, no.
McPherson was
No.
second. No, you got none.
Yeah, because JT was last.
Yeah. How?
I had to
How?
I had to double check it. I had to triple check it.
That's
I had to look up
unreal.
McPherson stats and Justin Tucker stats.
But you also got to remember that they, no offense to you, Rob, but like before like this season, the Lamar days, they haven't had that much success besides touchdowns. He's been
Yeah.
barely out there.
I mean, I guess.
And they had an aggressive offense at that one year that they made the postseason. They were just going for 2 every single
But
time.
he's played for so long.
Yeah.
Shocked me.
But they didn't
Shocked
go
me.
to the playoffs a lot at the end of Flacco's days. They missed the postseason.
And I
If
believe
it came down to extra points, I wouldn't be surprised if he crushes them.
extra points, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
Field goals, not so much.
McPherson, the only reason
McPherson actually, I believe, has a better field goal percentage than both.
My thing is I knew Bucker was first just because he's been in so many postseason kicks,
Yeah.
so many field. I had Bucker first, but the reason I was like, no way he's gonna put Justin Tucker at third. I think he just wanted to trick Rob and make him first, because my thought process was, but there's no way because McPherson kicked a lot of field goals in that Super Bowl run.
True.
The first
He
one
did.
where they lost the Rams. So that's crazy. He kicked 19 of them.
19.
That's unbelievable. I'm undefeated still. I'm sorry, Rob.
I thought it was a really close game.
5-2.
5-3. You didn't give him his last point.
I didn't?
Oh, no, he didn't get his last point.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't.
Don't hit the wires. Don't hit the wires. Don't hit the wires.
All
That
right.
was the slowest storm out I've ever seen in my
I'm
life.
stuck in the middle. All right, so we're going to go to the next segment.
Hopefully with Rob.
It's time for comment time. All right, guys, we got quite the amount of comments here because we did a giveaway.
Whoa.
To which you had to comment a take that you had for us to read for you guys. So we got a lot. It's gonna take a little bit. And one of these commenters will get a chance to win a hoodie from us.
What?
A hoodie.
You don't mean?
A hoodie.
Sounds pretty good.
Hoodie. All right. So we're going to the first comment. It is from SportsChick68. Take. Thoughts on NFL teams seemingly passing on veteran coaches like Carroll and Belichick? Well, first off, Pete Carroll retired. So this is more just Belichick.
Well, he went front office.
But still, yeah.
He didn't retire from
Retire
football.
from coaching.
I also have a qualm with the way you read it because the word take has a question mark after it, so it should have been take, with the good question
I am
emphasis.
True.
so sorry.
It's a good point, Rob.
So basically, what do you guys think of teams passing on Belichick?
I love the decision. Get him out of the league.
What's wrong with you?
What?
He's won enough games.
You don't want to know what it's like without him on the Patriots?
No, I really do. I'm just as surprised.
I was so hoping he was going to Atlanta Falcons because I just wanted to see what would happen.
Here's my theory. Is it that nobody hired him, or did he say no?
I don't know.
Because the Falcons, because
They
let's say
interviewed him
this
twice.
is Dallas. If this is Dallas, I'd be more inclined to be like, oh, they just didn't hire him. If this is like any of those types of teams. But when it comes to the Falcons, there's still a shot out there that he said no. That's all I'm saying.
True.
That they offered it to
Two
him
interviews,
first.
though? You don't go in for 2 interviews if you're going to turn down that job.
That's the thing. Maybe the second interview did something. There's so much speculation. I think he just didn't get the job. But
Did he demand to also be the GM in these interviews?
Could have been.
Another big
that
thing.
could be a huge
Could have
thing.
been.
Did he still need to be the GM of the Patriots and the other team's head coach at the same time?
Which is so wild to think about because he really was not a good GM.
No.
He put his players in a position to win, but he didn't put his team in a position to get the players.
I personally think that if there's a team that's perfect, like a Tampa Bay Bucks of Brady, that he should go to, it's either the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys, because I think they're right there on the brink, and their coaching has been what has held them back, or a style of coaching has held them back. I feel like Sirianni's he just doesn't have that. I don't know. There's something missing with Sirianni, and I can't really put a
Lights
finger
too
on it.
bright?
Maybe no, it's not that. It's something else. But you know what I'm saying? There's something missing there with him. And Mike McCarthy. Why on earth are they giving him
Doesn't
another
make any
shot?
sense.
It's the Eagles must thank them for the free division that they're about to get. Sorry, unless your team figures it out. But
It's going to happen.
if your team figures it out, thanks for not allowing the Cowboys to have a shot besides the regular season. Like really, like what's wrong with the Cowboys in that regard? But I think Belichick is being picky. But at the same time, I don't think he got the job in Atlanta. That's how I'm going with it.
Fair enough.
So, and then the next one is from Tristan Ham 3. We're going to remain on Patriot Legends. Thoughts on Tom Brady kissing his kids on the lips? It's not just like a quick peck. He like fully locks lips for like seconds at a time. And they're like in their early teens. Kind of weird.
I think it's hilarious that in the game I put in the picture of Brady kissing his son because I had no prior knowledge of this comment.
For all you listeners, Liam decided to put pictures with all these athletes for people that are watching on video.
For the viewer's pleasure.
And he made some funny ones, and one was between Brady and Manning, and he gave Manning a gigantic forehead. But what did you do with Tom Brady?
I had him kissing his son.
But
Not
the one with Manning was photoshopped. The one with Brady
Was
wasn't.
not.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Listen, I understand.
Hey, he's your GOAT. I mean, he's not.
He's everyone's GOAT. He's your GOAT. Say he's not your GOAT.
Eli's my GOAT.
No, he's not.
2-time.
He
Joe
beat-
Flacco's my goat.
He lost to Super Hot Fire in a rap
2-time.
contest. He's nice.
How many rings are up there?
6.
6 of them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. I thought it was 8 for whatever reason.
Should be.
That was a good one.
Should be 9. But anyway,
Why?
because Eagles 2 Giants.
Why should it be 9?
because
You could say it should be 0 because he should have lost all of them.
Because he kept kissing his kids on the lips.
Which in some countries is a felony.
Anyway,
Don't look that up. Mainly because you might get flagged, but
they're watching.
well, that was a weird direction the show just took.
Well, I'm glad, they're watching our show. Thank you, whoever you are.
Anyway, so, yeah, that's
Thanks for the
nothing
comment.
more we could say about that. Next one is from Rob. Can you please say this one?
I need to hear you try it.
All right. Balenciaga Bagul.
They made me promise that you would try and say it at least once.
No way.
It's Balenciaga Gabagool.
Balenciaga Gabagool.
Yeah.
It sounds like a little kid speaking his first words.
That's exactly what it sounded like. Oh, that was good.
Eli Manning, Hall of Famer. More like Hall of Faker. Liam, response?
Balenciaga Gabagool, more like stupid. Bad comment. That's my goat.
And then the next one's for you, Rob. Should people with mustaches be allowed in sports? What about the greater society?
I think the greater society all knows that the mustache is the king of facial hair. That's the reason it's the only facial hair allowed for the best team in sports history, the New York Yankees.
It's actually it's actually right now, I think it's like the detached goatee is the most popular facial hairstyle right now.
Well,
Where are you pulling that source from?
his ass.
At least we knew it was speculation.
No, that's a rule that the Yankees have. It's the only
yeah,
facial hair you can grow.
you said it was the goat of facial hair.
It is.
I just see all the celebrities wearing it.
Teddy Roosevelt, Raleigh fingers. Need I say more?
Why'd you go
Me.
from Teddy Roosevelt to Raleigh
That's a
Finger?
Is that how far you have to leap to come up with another mustache?
No, but
He
Raleigh
went from-
Fingers has a
he went
great
from the
mustache. If you
26th
haven't seen
president-
Raleigh Fingers' mustache, look up Raleigh Fingers' mustache.
He went from the 26th
Name another mustache,
president-
quick.
Nestor Cortez.
He went from the 26th president to a relief pitcher.
And now all he's got is baseball players again.
Name a non-baseball player president that was famous for a mustache.
How many people with detached goatees can you name?
I got nothing.
It's the greatest thing we've ever seen. The detached goatee. What are you talking
The
about?
detached goatee is new in fashion, baby.
How did we get on men's facial hair?
Balenciaga Gabagool.
Oh my god.
And the last one. Who is LeBron, and why is he on the same level of GOAT status as Joey Chestnut?
Because they've both been equally dominant in their respective sports. You got to put respect on both of these goats' names.
And they both are known for their dogs.
And their detached goatees.
And also
mustaches.
both have very famous pictures of them in oversized clothing.
What?
Joey Chestnut always wears a really large T-shirt, and LeBron James's Irish high school jerseys was always super baggy on him.
I get it. They both probably have a picture with a hot dog, too. What are we
But
talking
I think the
about?
odds are higher for Chestnut with that one.
I guess. I suppose.
All right.
But anyway, LeBron James is a basketball player. We didn't really mention that part.
All right, we're going to move on to McIntyre.Ryan. I
Wonder who this is.
It's got to be a guy named like Phil or something, right? And so I'd like to hear your all's take on the top 5 most underrated players in the NFL, MLB, and NBA. You're going to have to wait on that one. But
chill out.
just relax.
Hold the horses.
Relax. But we're going to answer your other comment really quickly. Thoughts on... Stop hitting me. Thoughts on Baker Mayfield. Will he get paid? Thoughts on how much Baker Mayfield will get paid this offseason?
Probably a bit too much.
Just enough.
Well, you see it with playoff performers when they need to get paid the next year. They usually get a little bit of an inflated contract just because they have to, because other teams will be vying for them. I think he stays, and I think it's a decent amount of money.
He stays, gets a pay cut, so Evans stays.
Could be.
That's my prediction.
Would love to see it.
He's going to stay
And then they go to the Super Bowl.
and win it all.
Super Bowl!
Baker Mayfield, Super Bowl MVP 2025, Super Bowl 59.
They lose to Caleb Williams and the Giants in the Super Bowl.
He's going to the Commanders.
I mean, they also can't play the Giants in the Super Bowl, so everything was wrong. So.
All right, guys, it's time to give away our Dear Hollow Heroes hoodie.
We just did all of this, by the way, and we weren't recording audio, so you're seeing it the second time. This is the hoodie.
He's so upset. It's whenever he thinks he did something super cool and it didn't get caught on camera or on audio, he gets very upset. So, Rob will be spinning the wheel to determine who is the winner. Rob, take it away.
The winner is, by decision via wheel, Mac.
Hey! Congratulations.
So, the user McIntyre.Ryan, you are the winner of a free Dear Hollow Heroes hoodie. Just, we'll DM you. And
have your people call our people.
We'll
set it up.
We'll set it up, yeah. All right, it is time for the burning questions.
Ben, you took my sheet.
Oh, I did? There you go.
Very professional.
Our first